Hello, this is Matthew Armstrong.
And I'm Victoria Whitehead, and welcome to day 70 of our 100-day Juice Feast.
Day 70, feels great to be here. Only 30 days to go of the Juice Feast. A few slight changes. Victoria might explain.
Yeah, yesterday and this morning I had some smoothies, some fruit smoothies. It's not actually part of the Juice Feast to have smoothies, but basically for the past 2 days I hadn't been able to drink anything. Just even putting a juice up to my nose, I actually felt really nauseous, like I was going to be sick, so I couldn't drink anything. So I was just drinking water and herbal teas, and that was fine, but I became really drained. I had no energy, and I couldn't get any work done. I couldn't focus, and my skin went kind of pale, and Matthew said maybe we need to go to the health food shop and get you like an iron supplement, so we did that. And then we went to the wholesalers. And
Floridix is really good.
Yeah, we got Floridix.
Floridix,
it's like
a liquid iron supplement.
Yeah.
B vitamins and everything in it.
It's mainly just different mixes of fruit and veg, really. So I should be getting it from the juices.
If you're not getting your greens, if you're not taking your greens, then you'll get it from the iron supplement. The Floridix is good for that.
Yeah, it's because I wasn't able to take the juices then, so I decided to take that just to get me back up again. And then I decided that when I saw some strawberries in the wholesalers, and I thought, gosh, I'd really like to eat the strawberries. So we got the strawberries, and then we went to the shop later on and we got some bananas, and I had a banana and strawberry smoothie. So
She perked right up.
I did. I felt so much better afterwards. And there's still some juices for whatever reason, like anything with celery in it, I can't take it. But at the minute I'm drinking a really nice juice with pineapple, apple and lemon, and I've strained it through a sieve to make it really thin, so it's extra nice. Yeah, so that was I don't know if I'm going to continue having smoothies, but I definitely needed it to get me back up, and it was what I could take. My body wouldn't let me have a lot of the juices.
Yeah, so for the last few days, Toria was only taking a few pints of juice a day, probably less than 2 litres a day, right?
Well, one day I didn't have any juices.
Yeah, one day just like zero juices, just water and some herbal tea, and that's probably what the body needed. If she was having a physiological reaction to drinking juice, just wouldn't go down, then she needs to just cleanse on water and tea, which is fine. You can do a cleanse like that, drinking little juice, drinking water and tea, and go for quite an extended amount of time. But if you want to be productive in the world, and right now we've got quite a lot of work on, and Toria just didn't have the energy to do that work. And when you're taking in just teas and water and things like that, then you go into a deeper cleanse, a deeper detox, and you have more detox symptoms, both physical and emotional. So to be able to function in the world like we really need to do right now, it was a good empowered choice to add in some banana and strawberry smoothies. That was a good sensible choice, coming from making an empowered decision, because it'd be very easy to be in that state, and like I mentioned in the last video, is just because you're feeling in a disempowered state. When you're going through cleansing detox symptoms, you don't feel good. You don't feel like you want to do anything. You just want basically anything to get you out of that state. So much better than going out and eating something cooked or something processed, or even something that's going to be heavy on the system. Having bananas and strawberry smoothie, just like water, smoothie it up, that is a great next step to take.
Yeah, I made them quite thin because I didn't want to really upset my stomach. And I know some people say, oh, you shouldn't mix strawberries and banana together, food combining wise, but I felt great on them, so
yeah, it's good. What was I saying? Yeah, so it's always good when you're doing something like this, is that you have someone else either coaching you through it, or someone else doing it with you, that you can coach each other through it. And so when I'm having hard times, Toria helps me, and then when she's having hard times, I help her. Sometimes, she doesn't fully appreciate it, and I don't fully appreciate it sometimes, but it's difficult, when you're going through a difficult time. Your body's processing, it's cleansing, it's detoxing some heavy stuff that might have been caught down in those cells, some deep, dense, dark emotions that get clogged in the cells, might be there for years and years and years. They start to come out on things like this, and when they come out, sometimes they can come out a little bit ugly. So it's good to have someone, either like an oppo, a partner, someone to help you out. Because you quite often, when one of you is up, the other one's down, or vice versa. Sometimes you're both down together. But to have two people, and if you don't have someone else doing it with you, have someone to coach you through it. You know, having just someone to reassure you in those difficult times when you're thinking, oh, this isn't good for me, I feel like crap, I need to go and eat some chocolate or some cake, or you know, I need to go for a curry or whatever it is. It's good to have someone there who is in an empowered state, who can say, well, you know, and ask you some questions like, is that going to serve you the most? Making that decision to go and eat that big cooked meal, or you know, what would serve you the most? Would it serve you better to maybe have some banana smoothied up? Would that be better? And from that place, you can start making empowered decisions. And something I always say, when you make a decision or a choice about anything in life, ask yourself a question: am I making this decision out of fear or out of love? And the answer to that will let you know whether it's the right decision for you or not. Make sense? Okay, let's do some yoga. Alright, for this posture, continuing with working the hips and making them more flexible, moving towards being able to sit in the lotus position with both feet up on either thigh, like typical yogis you see. And this posture here, start off sitting cross-legged like this here, and what you're going to do is bring your feet further this way. So with the leg that's forward, you're going to make that like a right angle, and so it's going to come straight up and down this way like a right angle, and move the foot out this way as far as possible. Then you move this foot as far as you can this way, so you're aiming to get like a square, so your knees are as far away from each other as your hips are, like so. So you get this it's like a rectangle shape. And from there, you just let the knees, keep the feet where they are, let the knees drop down. And this seems like a simple posture, but make sure you get it right, and it's really, really good, it's really beneficial. So let the knees drop, and then you bend forward at the hips, and just let gravity kind of take you forward here. Remember to breathe, and relax. The muscles will start to want to tense up because this is a new sort of movement for them. So let the muscles relax, and let gravity pull you forward. So that's what gravity does, it pulls. And as you go forward, you'll feel it pulling in a really interesting part of your hips here, kind of very deep in. Different sensation that you might be used to. And you just let yourself go further forward, and you'll feel the knees will drop all the way down, and eventually you'll just go all the way down. Each breath out, let yourself drop a little bit further. And eventually let the head drop. Breathing in, come back up again. And then all you do is swap the legs over and do the other side. And that will really improve your hip flexibility and move you more towards being able to sit in that lotus position.
So today I got my weight done. I haven't been drinking much, so it's gone down anyway, but it was 56.3 kilograms, which is 8 stone and 12 pounds, or 124 pounds in pounds. So I was expecting it to have gone down because I wasn't able to drink the juices, so but I'm feeling much better now, and I'm going to be drinking loads for the next.
So that's almost 30 pound weight release, toxin release in 70 days.
70 days, yeah.
So almost a 30-pound toxin release in 70 days. Okay, so that's us for today. Make sure you join us tomorrow. Great chatting to you as always. My name is Matthew Armstrong.
And I'm Victoria Whitehead.
Take care now.
Take care.